The distress beacon crackled through the void, a dying whisper against the cosmic silence. Bella's fingers trembled over the communications console as she watched the Krillian warships tear through their research station's outer hull, like predators through paper. "Jackson, they're breaching Sector 7, she said, her voice steady despite the fear coiling in her chest. Around them, the other scientists, Valorians, Tefrids, and Quilaxians, huddled in terror. These peaceful species had never known war, never faced the brutality now descending upon them. Jackson stood at the viewport, his jaw set as he watched their alien colleagues fall to Krillian shock weapons. The attackers moved with cruel efficiency, harvesting technology and taking prisoners. To the galaxy's peaceful races, the Krillians were unstoppable nightmares. But Jackson was human, and humans came from Earth, a death world that had forged its children in fire. "Send it," Jackson said quietly. "Send the SOS on Terran frequencies." Bella's hands flew across the controls. The other aliens looked at them with confusion. Terra was a backwater planet, its people barely established in galactic society. What could those primitive Deathworlders possibly do against the Krillian Empire? "Terran Defense Fleet, this is Research Station Kepler 442. We are under attack by Krillian forces. Casualties mounting. Multiple species threatened with extinction-level capture." Bella's voice caught. Human citizens Jackson Torres and Bella Chen requesting immediate assistance. The response came in less than 30 seconds. "Kepler 442, this is TDF Retribution. We're coming. Hold position. 27 minutes out." 27 minutes. Bella looked at Jackson, seeing the grim calculation in his eyes. The Krillians would breach their sanctuary in 10. "Everyone listen to me," Jackson announced, his command voice cutting through the panic. The aliens turned to him. These peaceful beings who had welcomed humanity despite warnings from others about the violent Deathworlders. "We're going to the emergency bunker. Move now." As they ran, a Valorian researcher, Sheska, clutched Bella's arm. "Your fleet cannot arrive in time. We are doomed. The Krillians will—" The station shuddered. The Krillians had breached their sector. Jackson grabbed an emergency locker, pulling out tools and chemical supplies. Bella knew that look. She'd seen it once before during their academy training, when instructors had challenged them to think like you're back on Earth, where everything wants to kill you. "Bella, buy me 5 minutes," he said. She nodded, understanding implicitly. While Jackson worked, Bella sealed the corridor behind them, rerouting power, creating obstacles. The other aliens watched in confusion as these two humans shifted from scientists to something harder, something forged in survival. The Krillians blasted through the first barrier in 3 minutes. Jackson finished his work, improvised explosive devices from fertilizer compounds, pressure traps from hydraulic systems, toxins from the xenobiology lab. Weapons crafted from peaceful tools, because humans had learned 10,000 years ago that anything could be a weapon. "How do you know these things?" whispered Sheska, horrified and awed. "History class," Jackson replied simply. The Krillians hit the second barrier. Their chittering language echoed through the corridors, confident and cruel. They had never encountered real resistance from their victims before. They had never encountered humans before. Jackson's first trap took out 3 Krillians, the explosion perfectly calculated. The second trap released a cloud of modified xenospores that sent the attackers into respiratory collapse. The third trap, a simple pitfall lined with jagged metal, caught 2 more. The Krillian advance stopped. For the first time in their conquest, they hesitated. 15 minutes, Bella announced, checking her chrono. "The fleet will be here in 15 minutes. But the Krillians were adapting, sending drones ahead, moving cautiously. Jackson had bought time, but not enough. The bunker door groaned under plasma fire. "I'm sorry," Bella said to Sheska and the others. "We tried." "No," Sheska said, her translator conveying something like wonder. "We understand now. You tried to tell us, tried to warn the galaxy. You came from a world where everything fought to survive, where you learned to fight back." The door began to glow red. "We called you violent," another alien whispered. "We feared your warrior nature. We didn't understand you weren't violent. You were survivors." The door exploded inward. Krillian warriors poured through, weapons raised. And the entire station shook with a force that sent everyone sprawling. "TDF Retribution has arrived," announced a voice over the station's emergency speakers. "Engaging hostile forces." Through the breached walls, they saw them, Terran warships dropping from FTL. not with the careful precision of merchant vessels, but with the aggressive fury of predators entering a fight. Point defense systems lit up the void. Railgun slugs traveling at relativistic speeds turned Krillian cruisers into expanding debris clouds. The Krillians in the corridor received new orders, their pheromone communication sharp with alarm. Retreat. Regroup. These weren't soft prey species. These were Deathworlders. But it was too late. Terran Marines breached the station in powered armor, moving through the corridors with lethal grace. The Krillians, who had terrorized peaceful species across a dozen systems, found themselves outmatched by beings who had evolved alongside apex predators, who had climbed to the top of Earth's food chain through cunning, endurance, and relentless adaptation. The battle lasted 11 minutes. Later on the bridge of the Retribution, Admiral Chen, Bella's aunt, looked at the assembled aliens. "You're safe now. We'll escort you to Terran-protected space." "Why?" asked Sheska. "Why come so fast? Why fight so hard for us?" Admiral Chen smiled, and it was the smile of a human who understood what it meant to be part of a tribe, a pack, a civilization built on the principle that no one gets left behind. "Because you sent an SOS," she said simply, "and because humans protect their friends. That's what Deathworlders do." Word spread quickly through the galaxy. Humanity had arrived. The violent species from the backwater world, the ones others had feared and shunned, had just declared that their protection extended to anyone who called them friends. The Krillian Empire learned a hard lesson that day. Some prey bites back. And humanity? Humanity had finally found its place among the stars, not as conquerors, but as guardians. The Deathworlders who would answer any SOS, who would bring a fleet of vengeance against those who threatened the innocent, because that's what humans do.